Quran. This very simple fact that for 23 years, this man of God consciously or unconsciously kept that word Father out of the book is a miracle in itself. For 23 years, this word is being dangled before him like a golden carrot. Catch it, and he doesn't catch it. He is, as Allah describes himself in the Holy Quran, Wallahu alladhi la ilaha illa hu. He is Allah, besides whom there is no other God. Al-Malik, the King, Al-Quddus, the Holy One, As-Salam, the source of peace and perfection, and on and on and on. 99 different names, but Ab is not one of them. Instead of Ab, we have Rabb. And Rabb is a far more difficult word than Ab. A-B-B, Ab, in Arabic, in Hebrew means father, Abba, Ab. Rabb, R-A-B-B, Rabb, Lord, cherisher, sustainer, evolver. Rabb is a harder word, but it's Rabbul Alameen. Rabbul Alameen is Rabbul Alameen. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Rabb. Ab is out. It's a miracle. Because in his environment, from the human point of view, if I challenge anybody to say, come on, can you in your religion give me some attributes of God? This illiterate man in the desert, he gave us 99. We know it's not his effort, it's not his work. But since the non-believer says Muhammad wrote the book, it's right. He wrote the book and he gave us 99 names, attributes. I would like you to give me half a dozen. Come, try. And try out these intellectuals, these professors, these DDs. Try them out. Come on. Give me attributes of God. So, almost the very first one will be the Father in heaven. He's loving, he's merciful, yes, he's just, yes, and on, and he can't go beyond a dozen. The greatest intellectual that you will come across, he can't go beyond a dozen. I said, this illiterate man in the desert, if you say he did the job, he gave you 99. So he said, well, he was a genius. And a genius can do 10 times better than the ordinary clever guy. Maybe so. But I said, you see, that is not the real miracle. The real miracle is that he kept this one out. The one that is kept out, that makes it a miracle. Because it's there before him. For 23 years, it's being dangled before him. The people are talking about the Father in heaven, the Father in heaven. Oh, Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy Father in heaven. And that word Father is never used for Allah Bari Ta'ala in the Quran. Why? It's a beautiful word. It's a good word. If Jesus Christ used it, beautiful. We can't find fault with it. But this word has created certain misconceptions. For that reason, it's kept out. Not because the word is bad. There are so many words which we use in common speech, but for certain reasons we eschew certain words, like the word comrade. You know what is comrade? A friend, a companion. What's wrong with the word? Beautiful word. But we will not use it. More especially in America, I think people are more terrified of the word comrade than here, I think. You know, you people are a bit more broad-minded, the British are. Comrade. What's wrong with the word comrade? Nothing wrong with it. But as soon as you say comrade, in the mind of the hearer, he thinks you are a communist. Association. By association. So by association, the word is contaminated. By itself, the word is beautiful. Comrade. By itself, the word father is beautiful. But by association with other ideas, where in this environment, the Christian is always talking about the Father in heaven, yes. This is Jesus' is son, yes. But they say, you see, this Jesus is not a son like any one of God's creatures. No. He is the begotten Son. You see, in the catechism, the Anglican catechism, it says, Jesus is the only begotten Son. Begotten, not made. He is the begotten Son. Don't make a mistake. Not like Adam. Adam was made by God. Every dog, pig, and donkey was made by God. As such, metaphorically, he is the father of everything. He is the creator, cherisher, sustainer, father of everything. But the Christians say, no, 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 not like that. Jesus was begotten, not made. See the association now. So Allah Bari Ta'ala, He says He does not beget. وَقَالُوا اتَّخَذَ الرَّحْمَنُ وَلَدًا. And they say that Ar-Rahman, the merciful God, has begotten a son. So He says, لَقَدْ جِئْتُمْ شَيْئًا عِدًّا. It's one of the most abominable assertion one can make. The worst swearing you can give Allah is this, to say that Allah begot a son. So the association now. Jesus is the only begotten son. Allah says, Lam yalid wa lam yulad. He does not beget and is not begotten. The other one says he's begotten, not made. He wants you not to make a mistake, to think that He made Jesus like anybody else by His act of will. No, He begot. So by association now, that word is contaminated. Therefore, Allah made us to eschew that word. Keep away from using that word. Because there are people in the world, of course the philosophers say he knows it doesn't mean that. I say, I know it doesn't mean that. But there will be millions who will be misunderstanding this term and expression. So says, keep away from it. Keep that word out of the book is this miracle, one of these little miracles of this book, the Quran. Now, I read this verse to you from Surah Maryam. If you have a Quran at home, I would like you to go and check it up. And it's a very good habit. Whoever talks to you, lectures to you, and if he gives you a reference, make a note of that reference and check it up. Because by checking it up, your knowledge increases, and what you have heard becomes your permanent property. Otherwise, it's a good entertainment. I know we all like to be entertained. We're listening to lectures, we laugh, we joke, and we go away. It's this fantastic lecturer, like this and like that, and it's gone. But if you delve a little deeper into what the man has said, most especially with the references, and when you're checking it up a second time, whatever was said becomes a permanent fixture in your computer. And from there on, you can pass it on, and it becomes firmer and firmer in your mind. So where will you find it? I said Surah Maryam. And in the ordinary Quran that we used to read, the Arabic Quran, we call it Mashab, Mushaf. I know as a child I've been reading through the Arabic Quran, Mushaf. And it was very difficult for me, or my people, to find. Somebody says it's Surah Maryam. Where are you going to find Surah Maryam? We might get used to Yasin Sharif, everybody says somebody is dying, you read Yasin, and occasionally Yasin, blessing. So we know where Yasin is. But the rest of the Quran, generally, the non-Arab Muslim, he can't put his finger on. That was my difficulty, and that's the difficulty of my people. When I tell them Surah Maryam, they can't find it. So we are at an advantage today, most especially in the West, that there is a Quran available. This one here, by Abdullah Yusuf Ali. Abdullah Yusuf Ali. It's a monumental work. Around the 30s, this man from the Indo-Pakistan subcontinent, he had done this job. It took him 40 years to do this job. 40 years of his life he spent. And his language, this English, is so beautiful that a lot of English people, when they read it, they can't believe that an Oriental could have done this work. And you do not have to study Shakespeare or Milton to improve your English or your children's English. Consult this book. For English, the language, you don't have to read Shakespeare and Milton to improve it. Read this. This book has another big advantage in that at the end of this volume, there is a very comprehensive index. What do you want to know? Anything you want to know on your fingertips. You want to know about marriage and M, you'll find marriage. 14 different topics under marriage, under that heading. What do you want to know? Divorce, under D, find divorce.